Now that I've had time to let it sit a bit longer, and as someone who's almost finished with the subs or journeys, I give you further thoughts on the aim to be a Pokemon Master miniseries and the 2023 anime. Let's begin. I haven't seen the first two episodes of this anime, with the third out this Friday. My early impressions are quite positive. I think it does a good job honoring the vast legacy of the anime while also putting its own spin on it. Even that match with the launcher was a neat homage to the Totodile duel, with the miniseries bringing in both monsters and characters from across 25-year history of the series. It should definitely prove a good way to close out Pokemon Journeys. On that note, let's talk a bit more about the 2023 anime. I still have reservations about that one, especially in regards to new leads Roy and Rico. The theory that the latter was Ash's daughter and the idea of Ash marrying and having children at all was effectively debunked by Rika Matsumoto in an interview. Now there are some claims she's connected to the orbital line given how her hair clip resembles one of its antennae. Also, I continue to be amazed about how much speculation there can be over minute details like that, since I prefer to talk about only concrete details. At this stage, there isn't a whole lot other than the facts that the anime will be based on Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. We focus on the new characters, though ones from past series are said to show up. As I have mentioned before, this is the first time in decades I don't have a clear idea of what to expect from Next Generation. If it works, so this fictional universe can support more than one anchor as a franchise lead. However, if audiences don't respond to Rico and Roy, that could raise questions about what's next. If they had to find a new lead, I still would have preferred if Florian and Juliana with Nimona, Irvin, and Penny in supporting roles. Use analogies of another franchise I have an immense enjoyment of. Let's go with Transformers this time. Though Beast was the first version of the franchise I ever experienced and enjoyed, the reaction of many longtime fans was divided to say the least. Yet, the crew and writers to prove they can make a compelling, worthwhile addition to the franchise, one continues to influence subsequent fictions to this day. Beast Machines may be a bit dicey in some areas of fandom, but still appreciation for it, especially as an anime fan. That one even introduced the idea of the spark to the franchise, which became a future fixture of its canon ever since. Now, Energon may have been a mess, storylines on Mara got quite good in later episodes, and Cybertron's worthwhile end to the Unicron trilogy. On the other side of the coin, there's Hot Rod. Though he may be my favorite Autobot, I would not object to Judd Nelson him voicing him in future live-action projects. But he got blowback like you would not believe when he was first introduced, to say nothing of other characters introduced in the 1986 movie. Night Scream is a divisive character among many, but he might actually be my favorite Maximal. Though I do admit I'm still astonished that his McDonald's premium was more accurate than the Ultra Class figurine. The less I say about Drift, the better. Not even Ken Watanabe could save the character in live-action films. Said, I think it's going to come back to like the Star Wars analogy I brought up last year. That is a textbook example of how a franchise can explore different aspects of its universe while still retain what made it great to begin with. Obi-Wan Kenobi managed to strike a balance between the wonder of A New Hope and the dark times of the Sith, including opening a new perspective of the Jedi Temple attack. Jedi Fallen Order showed how Padawan survived Order 66 and went into hiding, with it being the ideal take on the saga's own version of Uncharted and Dark Souls. Definitely interested in the upcoming sequel when I get a PS5. Andor is both a compelling spy caper and a haunting parable about the danger of extremist leadership, and a very timely one at that. I'm eager to see what Skeleton Crew, the Ahsoka event series, and the Thursday Mandalorian bring to the table. Bottom line, the skeptic in me is concerned about the 2023 anime, but the optimist in me is hoping they are able to make it work, especially as heavy hints have been dropped about the legacy characters showing up as well. Overall, it's nice to know the series is still resonating with people nearly 25 years later since it first came stateside. It's a textbook counter-argument to the idea every video game adaptation is a disaster. Our mindset which things are becoming less common now with Pokemon Detective Pikachu and the Sonic movies being other key examples. I'll most likely continue analyzing going forward, so I can still find new ways to talk about its past and new material for the future. I think the Distant Blue Sky special will be good to address further on February 27th. As mentioned before, I don't plan on formally reviewing the miniseries or the 2023 anime until I have more details, and especially not before the Heavenless dubs. That will be all for now. Take care, everyone.